is the Sports Timeout Podcast with Tony Caranco and your host, Wes Underwood.
And yeah, those were some of the Ghetto Taco sights and sounds from this past weekend, but welcome into the Sports Timeout Podcast, brought to you by Jefferson's and Robert's Integrative Dentistry in Joplin. Go check them out at, they got teeth whitening and Invisalign. So you definitely need to get in there, get a brighter, straighter smile, and call them at 417-622-0404. Kind of going with the music here as we enter. Yeah. It's Wes Underwood along with Tony and our newest member, Jensen. How are you guys?
Doing well.
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Just ready for my brief summer break before summer school.
Heck yeah.
Like 3-4 days off there and then right back at it.
I don't feel like that counts as a break.
Hey, any day off in the education world is a
weekend.
break. It is. It
Right.
is a long weekend. Break will be when I go to the beach. That'll be the break.
Nice.
But yeah, so we saw the montage there. We saw the fights, and congratulations to our Mossberg guys who did in fact entertain. And looking forward to more coming soon. They did 4-0. 4-0. Great job by Synergy, by the way. Did you enjoy it, Tony?
Yeah, man, it was a great time. I think they put on a pretty good show, and it was competitive where it wasn't like super lopsided, and
yeah,
what needed to happen happened.
Except for the 4-0 to Mossberg, but hey. But anyway,
exactly.
Speaking of boxing, talk Haney and Loma. Quite the controversy here. I mean, lots going on. What are your thoughts on all that?
Man, I think any real boxing fan would agree with or dispute the decision that was made. To me, I don't think it was the right one. It was very unfortunate, but I think it's the best. I think they did what's financially the best thing for boxing is to have the younger guy win. He's going to be around a little bit longer, and he draws a little bit more controversy. So I think they didn't want him to win, and the judges didn't want him to win either. So
yeah,
it's very unfortunate. Very, I hate how corrupt boxing can be, and this is one of those situations.
Yeah, I agree. And there's a lot of people who agree with you there too, but I definitely am one of them. I mean, it was weird, but got to do what you got to do, make business look good.
I guess. Well, and then this kind of opens it up for him to fighting Gervonta Tank Davis or fighting Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Which both of those guys would absolutely destroy him.
Indeed.
But it sucks. It sucks seeing somebody work so hard get robbed from an opportunity like that.
When are we going to see the debut of Tony?
I don't know, probably never. But
Come see the bean, right? You got
yeah,
the
the bean,
logo, you got the intro
the
there
KO
too.
power, yeah, absolutely, yeah. No, no, man, I probably got like 2 rounds left in me. So
Hey,
I
2-0,
mean,
right?
yeah, I mean, I can win in the first round both times and probably call it good.
All right. Yeah. Well, someone who makes it past the first round, but not any further, we'll go to the NBA and we'll talk LeBron. And
Point.
look, I mean, you have a 15-point lead coming out of halftime, then your team gets outscored 55-38 in the second half. That's a lot coming from the supposed great, but I don't know. That's not really the headline now, I guess. I mean, the headline that just pretty much trumped all that, no questions asked, and it is, will LeBron stay, move, or retire? Jensen, here you go.
I don't see LeBron retiring. I think he'll come back for sure next season. I think that would be really cool because he's been saying that he wants to play with Bronny. I think it'd be cool if, since Cleveland has like a top pick, for whenever Bronny would be drafted, if they both went back to Cleveland to like end LeBron's season or like career at home. I think that would be like ideal, like the best sports story.
I mean, yeah, that'd be cool. Tony?
Yeah. Well, I don't know exactly where he'll go, but that'd be a really cool place for him to end up. But I think wherever he goes, he's going to take a pay cut.
Yeah.
Because they understand that he wants to play with his son, and so the incentive is playing with his son, not necessarily the money.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he doesn't need money.
And does he go to Brooklyn? Do you think so?
No, I don't see him going to Brooklyn, man.
Okay.
I mean, it's possible, I guess, but I just don't. I mean, I think wherever he's going to go, wherever his son goes.
True. Very true.
And I mean, he can end up at the Lakers again, I guess.
So he's going to go back to college.
That would be crazy. But
That'd
with
be
COVID,
crazy.
you never know, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Bronny goes to the Suns. The Suns hire LeBron as a coach.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'm not much of a fan of LeBron's coaching skills, but he knows how to form a super team here and there, I guess. But right now, he doesn't have that. So, continuing in the NBA, we talked Ja Morant yet again. So he flashed the gun, got suspended. Now we're doing a welfare check due to him posting an Insta story saying, "Love you, ma. Love you, pops. And you the greatest, baby girl. Love you," with pictures of each family member. And then a message that said, "Bye." I mean, it surfaced on Wednesday. The video had been taken down shortly after. And I mean, look, last week we talked about Second Amendment and all that stuff, Tony, and you and Theron and I touched on that. And I don't think that's the issue now. I feel like we're dealing with something, maybe some sort of sickness. You
Some
agree
Kanye
here?
West kind of stuff.
Yeah. You're in agreement on that, or do you think it's something else?
I mean, we never know what somebody truly has going on, you know, so yeah, I mean, I can see that being the issue, but I mean, for it to be so extreme just because of an incident happening, like because he had a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's dumb. I mean, I just I don't know if he's just looking for attention and trying to get sympathy, or
Yeah.
you know, or what, you know what I mean? Or he truly does have something going on. But at the
Indeed.
end of the day, I think his decisions, I don't agree with the decision from the NBA necessarily, but if that's what it takes for you to work with them, then that's what it is for you to work with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can refuse to work with them if you want. You know, you don't have to stay there. But
true.
I think it's I don't know. It's a tough situation to say because we don't really know 100% of the information.
Yeah, absolutely. Jensen?
Yeah, I agree with that. Actually, my full-time job, I'm a mental health therapist. So
All right.
I don't necessarily think that, I don't think that it is necessarily sickness. Like Tony said, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We only get what the media gives us. But I don't know. I agree. I think the NBA was too hard on him with the gun, especially like you said, Second Amendment. He didn't break any laws. So I don't know. But yeah, I don't necessarily think it's mental illness.
Okay.
But who knows? It could come out.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. We continue into the NBA, and we'll go ahead and talk the Suns. And the topic at hand will be who they hire as the next coach. I mean, they have the search down to a Final Four. You got Doc Rivers, who just got cut by the Sixers, and then Nick Nurse, who just got cut by the Raptors after a title run in 2019, and then just, I guess, kind of trickled down from there. And then the Suns' associate head coach, Kevin Young, he's in the running. And the Kings' assistant head coach, Jordy Fernandez. I mean, all those guys have impressive resumes for sure. Nurse, I think, needs some more time to adjust after winning the Atlantic 2 years running, and then fifth place finish, third place, fifth place again. I mean, maybe he just needs a new place like Doc did before in the Celtics run in 07 and 08. But Doc is a stronger candidate in my opinion. I mean, first and second in the Atlantic in 3 seasons for the Sixers. I like him as the front runner here. Jensen, do you agree or do you think someone else?
No, I'm with Doc Rivers all the way. I'm a big Celtics fan, so he has like a place in my heart.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good title team to watch too. So, Tony?
Man, I don't know enough about the situation to give a educated decision.
Doc Rivers.
But but if I was the Suns, I would try to mix it up a little bit. I'd probably go for a younger guy or an assistant coach that comes from a successful program. Maybe they have something under the sleeve that they picked up that the sport hasn't seen. I don't know. I would think I'm a little bit on the riskier side, so I would like to see what a younger, unproven coach can do, because sometimes having that chip on your shoulder can make a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Tony loves an underdog story.
Yeah. I mean, really, who doesn't, to be honest?
I mean, the Suns are pretty competitive, so obviously they have some weapons on the team, so I think ultimately, I mean, it wouldn't be even though it's a big risk, it wouldn't be that big of a risk.
True.
Because I feel like it would, even if the guy was terrible, I feel like the talent could counteract a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid, but that's just my thinking about it.
Way to put it. And yeah, we'll move on and we'll talk swimming. And yeah, Riley Gaines, as she files a $2 million lawsuit over everything that has transpired in the whole Leah Thomas situation. And I don't know. I'm still up in the air on this. I don't even really know the whole story all overall. I've just seen like what Jensen said earlier about stuff, and it's just in the media. I mean, what are your all's thoughts here? Do you think her lawsuit should happen and will follow through, or?
Well, I need a breakdown on who's suing who.
Riley Gaines is suing, I believe, the NCAA and Leah Thomas for everything that transpired because technically they tied and they should have given both of them the trophy, but they gave one to Leah instead and gave her the first place one and just kind of gave Riley like a participation trophy.
So which one? So is the biological female suing?
Yes.
Okay. That's where I need clarification.
Yeah.
You're throwing all these names out, and then okay.
Yeah.
Jensen, I'll let you start this off, I guess.
I don't necessarily agree with the lawsuit. I think that for women's sports in general and how the world is changing with transgender females and transgender men, I think that there does need to be some type of rules or something, but I agree with I think transgender women should compete with women. I just think that there should be some kind of, I don't know what you would even do, but that's why I'm not working for the NCAA. But it's a hard case. It's a sensitive case, especially with how the world is. And actually, they are just now like signing laws into place for like healthcare for gender affirming care. So they're like making that illegal for minors to get any type of hormones. So I think that all of this is like very sensitive right now. So I mean,
Sure.
and then that might work in Riley's favor, honestly. So
Yeah, I mean, see, I'm the total opposite of your point of view. You know, if there is discrimination, you know, against Riley, I'm assuming Riley, right? The one that's suing.
mhm.
Yeah, like I don't agree with it whatsoever. Biological men have no place in women's sports. Um, you know, it's one thing, I guess, if it's swimming, you know what I mean? But still, naturally, like you and I will never be the same strength. You and I will never be the same speed because I'm really fat and slow. So obviously, you're faster than me. So genetically, we're not built the same. But I guarantee you, I can like not lift for 20 years. You can lift every single day for 20 years, and I'm still gonna probably outlift you.
Mhm.
So, and that's just because, you know, I'm a man. Ultimately, I don't think that they deserve to be competing against one another because it's unfair. You know, you guys work your asses off, and if all of a sudden, you know, I want to, you know, go play basketball, and I'm really good and I'm really aggressive, well, yeah, no, you know, no dip, right? So I think I think it takes credit away from you guys, from all the hard work you guys put in, and I hate for somebody who didn't put all that hard work and took the easy way out to try to win a medal. I just don't agree with that.
Well said. Well said on both ends there. Can see on both ends as well. So on that, we'll go ahead and talk Sporting Kansas City. And they had yet another rough go against St. Louis City SC as they lost 4-0. I mean, I knew this one would be a tough one going in. A lot of questions now for Sporting as they look to be going in the right direction. And they host Portland Sunday at 2 p.m. at Children's Mercy Park. If they can't compete against this team, who they contended with in week 1, only losing 1-0, I mean, and on the road, things may have to happen. I mean, whether it be a big roster move and use some money to go get someone else to come in and help support this team in a late run again, or change leadership, who knows? But I mean, Tony, you have any thoughts on that one?
Man, they obviously haven't found their, you know, their niche or niche, whatever you want to call it. I
Yeah.
think they need to figure out something quick. You know, we're heading towards you know, we're almost done with the first half of the season. Um,
True.
you know, I think they need to figure it out quick. Otherwise, they're going to be playing catch up like they did last year, and you know,
Yep.
missing it by one game. So, whatever drastic move needs to be made, um, needs to be done. Whether it's, you know, going and grabbing somebody else or getting rid of somebody, whatever that may be, it needs to get done now. Um, you know, because the time's running out.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And lastly, into the NWSL we go. And we talked the Kansas City Current. Last week, they lost a tough one at home to the Wave. And tonight, they look to rebound against the Houston team and believe the Dash. And that will be at 7 p.m. But here's what Coach Airbloom had to say about this week's matchup. Take a look.
Yeah, it has been really nice to have a full week of practice, to be able to also have a lot of meetings with players individually, but also with the full group, because it's harder when we have cup games in the middle of the week to do all the tactical things that we want to do, but also the theoretical things. So I think we are really prepared for this game against Houston, both mentally but also physically. Some of the individual meetings has been about the expectations from me, the expectations of their role, what I want them to execute on the pitch, to be a little bit more straightforward and clear. This is what I expect from you when you have the ball. I want you to be brave. I want you to try. With the whole group, it has been more about the effort. What is effort for you? It's not just to run and hunt, but it's also that you need to be tired after the game. And if you're not tired, I don't think you have been running enough. And we need to run a lot in this league, because that's what the opponent is doing against us. And also, what can you do when your teammate have the ball? How can you move to be able to get the ball to support your teammate when the teammate is under pressure? So we have been trying to be more specific what effort is on the pitch, because I think we had a lack of effort against Louisville.
Good stuff there. Good stuff there. I hope it works out for him, and looking forward to the match. And yeah, we will now head into the local sports update, brought to you by Trackside Burger, located at 1515 West 10th Street in Joplin. So catch them in Joplin this weekend for some barbecue. And I mean, guys, it looks good. I mean, barbecue around here is getting a lot better, and these guys know how to do it. So yeah, I got a chance to catch up with Webb City High School baseball senior Kaylor Darnell, and we talked about winning districts and their matchup this weekend. Check it out. And yeah, well, we welcome in Webb City Baseball senior, Mr. Kaylor Darnell. How are you, sir?
Doing good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Finally, a good weekend for some baseball here.
Oh, yeah, real good weekend.
And well, we'll go ahead and get right to it. You guys win districts in back-to-back years now. You advanced to the first round of the state tournament after winning the Class 5 District 7 title on Monday. Congratulations on that, by the way. But how important was it to get that match so close to home?
It was, well, are you talking about the regional, the
Yeah.
next game? All right, so it's awesome that we get to play there once again. Been playing with my buddies since I can remember, and it's awesome to be able to play one more time with them. I can't stress it enough. They're fun guys to play with, and I think if we play well, we got a really good shot at winning it.
Awesome. You threw for 8 strikeouts in that win with a great field backing you up to get that win as well, and a shutout on top of that. I mean, it's kind of like the icing on the cake there. How is it knowing that coming down to the wire, your team had your back like that?
Our team's awesome. They make plays when they need to make plays, and I don't know. I can't stress enough. They're fun to play with, and we had two big outs, or actually 3 big outs in that district game. We had Drew Vonderhaar made a nice double play, and then Eli Miller was able to throw a guy out from right field, which really was really important to keep that that 0 on the board. And good pitching and good defense to back you up really helps. So I can't stress enough. Those guys are fun to play with, and can't wait for that next game.
You also got to lay down a sack bunt, help put you all up there. And you mentioned you practiced that situation in an interview. Now that it's been a few days since the game, can you kind of walk us through what went through your head in that moment?
So the batter before me, when he walked, I was walking up to the plate, and I was looking at Coach Snow, who was over at third base, and I was like looking at him. I gave him a nod. I was like, all right, I know what I got to do here. I knew I got to lay down a bunt down first, and he gave me the sign or gave me the numbers, and I looked at my band, saw the numbers, said safety squeeze, saw the pitch right down the middle, gave me a good pitch to bunt, and I bunted right down first. And on top of that, I got a base hit out of it, so it was awesome.
Yeah, it was beautiful too. I mean, perfectly placed. You guys get with the win, not only advance to the game tomorrow, but you also earned a trip back home. Kind of just briefly talked about that a little bit, but how big is that for you guys, just being back home in front of your crowd?
It's awesome. It would be awesome to have there be a lot of people there. I heard our booster is giving the first 50 students free, so it should be packed. It should be fun. It'll be fun, great atmosphere to play in. I'm assuming the other team will have a lot of fans there too, as they're also a pretty good team, and they'll be a tough battle. But I think it'll be a really fun game for my teammates and me.
You mentioned that you guys take on Kearney, 2 p.m. Webb City, as mentioned, is where the game will be. And what type of game should we expect here? You kind of just touched on that a little bit. Can you elaborate a little bit more?
They can swing it for sure. They can really swing it. And I think we got the pitching to be able to hold them off a little bit. But I think what we need to do is we need to jump on their pitching. I don't think it's as good as ours. So I feel like it could definitely be a defensive battle going throughout that game. But I have full confidence in our guys, and I think we can win it. Awesome.
Good to hear. And well, last question for you. What's something you're looking for, and the team, I guess, in general, from your home crowd tomorrow? You mentioned those 50 students getting in for free. What else can they do to help motivate you all a little bit more?
Um, I think it'll be awesome having him there. Students, good friends, other people who actually don't play baseball, good friends, helping us support us there. But one thing about our team is I don't feel like even if we didn't have fans there, we'd be really super motivated to play that game, because I know every guy on our team definitely wants to have a shot at playing in a Final Four.
Absolutely.
So, in Ozark.
Yeah. Well, congratulations again on making it to the first round of this, and good luck tomorrow. And yeah, stay healthy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. Take care.
Bye-bye.
And yeah, go check them out tomorrow at 2 p.m. here in Webb. And we will head into the 2-minute warning brought to you by Hot Stone Pizzeria. Not feeling like cooking this weekend? Go grab a spicy pep, red sauce, house cheese, mini pepperoni, jalapeno, buffalo sauce, and hot and honey. And yeah, nothing here in the 2-minute warning, but we'll go ahead and recap over the fights. And Tony, what else did we have going on there? I mean, there was a lot to say.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so the first Mossberg guy went up there with Seth Bird. He got thrown into the fights, 3 days before. He had a very, he had a tough opponent. It definitely wasn't a walk, a pushover. But I think he did a great job. He threw his hands, threw a few kicks. Crouch was telling me that him and I believe Jimmy, I'm not 100% sure, or maybe Ryan, they taught him how to kick and how to check kicks like 2 days before.
Nice.
So like the guy's never thrown any kicks before, and he went in there 3 days later and got into a fight that involved kicking. So
it's intense.
And he won. Yeah. So congratulations to him. And then Zarek was next. Zarek had a tough dude, an OG in the sport. He has, I want to say close to 100 fights. Yeah. He may have more than 100 fights, but I just know he's fought quite a bit. And he, he still has a lot of, fighting in him, so it was good to see Zarek get the win. It was competitive and it was a good time. And then Brian was next. Brian had a pretty good fight. The guy had a lot of heart, so it was good to see him fight another tough opponent. But yeah, he came out with the win in second round, right? Second round?
Oh yeah, probably about a minute and a half into the second.
Yeah. So I mean, he was landing a lot of body shots and just kind of tearing down the, chopping at the tree. And then the Crouch was the final fight of the night. First round stoppage. It was a great right hand. Well, was it the right hand? I don't know, but point is, hit him right in the nose. Yeah,
Jones
broke the dude's nose. And he was extra excited for winning that one because the guy was talking some shit before the fight. He said that it was going to be easy work, and Crouch said, for one of us, and it turned out to be pretty easy work. The guy was right.
That walk-up song was, I guess fitting for him.
I guess.
Cocky.
I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I'm gonna take his nickname away. He does not deserve to be called a Blackskin because there was no heart shown. If you're gonna be a Mexican fighter, I want to see some heart. So
true.
True. So I'll strip his nickname off. What's that?
Yeah, I can't do that. So all you.
100% me.
I'm 100% white. That's what it is. So hey.
Sure.
Can't have any say there. It was an interesting name. I will say that. But yeah, he definitely didn't live up to the expectation of having a name like that. So
yeah, bro, he was wearing a sombrero and everything in his hat, bro. He just went out there, got his ass beat.
Yeah, it was interesting. And well, on that note, kudos to them. We got the music here. End of another episode. For Tony, Jensen, and myself, have a great and safe weekend. Make sure y'all go get some tacos from Ghetto Tacos food truck or taco shop today. It's going to be awesome weather this weekend for doing that kind of stuff. And again, either do that or go get the barbecue. Can't go wrong with either one. So, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week on the Sports Timeout.